Welcome to the Hilliard Gates Sports Center. I'm John Getze along with Tim Heffron calling the action. This evening's men's volleyball match between Rutgers and their IPFW Mastodons. Well, tell me, what do you think? Because this is a big weekend for IPFW. Not the Lewis caliber teams that we're used to, but you know, when you look at a team like Rutgers, they played some good teams very similar to IPFW's schedule. They just didn't win them, but they've been very competitive.
I think so. You know, they're a dark horse type of team. You never know where they're going to show up. They beat Ball State handily in 3, and of course the Dons lost to the Cardinals at one point there. And you really never know in volleyball, the momentum swings and all that kind of thing. The thing that's going to be unusual about this team is most of the time you see the dominant hitter on the outside getting the kills per game, the high kills per game. And in this contest, I think you're going to see something different out of Rutgers.
Well, they're going to try and change it up a little bit, obviously, to try and contain Hector Soto and the powerful IPFW offense. We're going to stand for the national anthem.
Welcome, sports fans, to the IPFW Hilliard Gates Sports Center for tonight's matchup of the Scarlet Raiders of Rutgers University Newark and your IPFW Mastodons. First, the starting lineup for the visiting team on the scoreboard, the Scarlet Raiders. A 6'1" senior from Keller, Texas, number 4, Kevin Anderson. A 6'3" junior from Athens, Greece, number 5, Christos Samadias. A 6'3" senior from Orchard Park, New York, number 6, Andy Murtha. A 6'4" senior from Downingtown, Pennsylvania, number 8, Brian Kressler. A 6'5" junior from Twinsburg, Ohio, number 10, Jason Hammernick. And a 6'4" freshman from Evanston, Illinois, number 11, Jeremy Hoff. Coach of the Scarlet Raiders, Mr. Ronald Larson. And now the starting lineups for your IPFW Mastodons. A 6'4" freshman from Hamburg, New York, number 5, Jeff Beaton. A 6'7" senior from Windsor, Ontario, Canada, number 7, Ryan Perrott. A 6'7" junior from Red Wing, Minnesota, number 10, Chris Gislin. A 6'8" junior from Young America, Minnesota, number 11, Mike Cummings. A 6'6" junior from Arroyo, Puerto Rico, number 13, Hector Soto. And a 6'8" junior from Huntington Beach, California, number 15, Scott Lane. Coach of the Dons, Mr. Arnie Ball. Before the match begins, if we could all take a moment of silence right now for Secretary of Athletics Pat Klein, who passed away last week. Please, a moment of silence.
This moment of silence is for Pat Klein, receptionist, started in the athletic office in '87, survived by her husband Bill and her sons Mark and Trent, 9 grandchildren. She's been very instrumental in everything we did in the athletic office, and last Sunday she passed away after her bout with cancer. She surely will be missed.
We're just about ready for action here at the Hilliard Gates Sports Center. The Scarlet Raiders, not a bad team, 6-0 in the EIVA, so they haven't lost in their conference play. Starting lineups for IPFW: P-Tech, Parat, Gislin, Cummings, Soto, and Lane. This evening's match on College 6 is brought to you in part by Bosch Bus Company, by Chestnut Group Incorporated, by Farm Bureau Insurance, Fujifilm USA, and by Sumner Sweets. We're ready for action now. Chris Gissel in the center, back to serve for the Mastodons.
And it's important for Chris to get off to a good start with a jumper, because when he gets on a roll, he really can get on a roll.
Chance for point here for IPFW. Back set to Gislin, swinging for a change. Dug up in the back row. P-Tech gets it up. Parat, middle of the court. Gislin, another swing. That's going to be just a little bit long. Side out, Rutgers.
Not often you see the setter take 2 swings in one play.
I tell you what, I don't think I've ever seen Gislin take 2 swings from the back row in any game all year.
I think he's over his quota. Attacking at this point.
Anderson to jump serve. Parat. Gislin, strong side to Lane. 2 blocks, goes right in between them. Down for side out for the Dons. Nice swing by Scotty.
And that's an important swing for him, because he tends to struggle from the left side. And so it's a great start for him. Didn't have his best weekend last weekend. Look forward to him improving and getting to swing the things at the end here.
Big serve by Soto. Chance for point for the Dons. Gislin going into 2 in the middle. And Lane picks up another kill with 3 blocks there, but it didn't matter.
Yeah, the blockers jumped with the middle, and that's the purpose of the X play. And Scott Lane had a free swing.
Hector Soto back to jump it up for the Dons.
A little low on his toss that time. Caught that one down by his head. Important for all you young people out there, extend when you hit.
Well, as you know, Coach, it's all in the toss. And if the toss isn't there, there's too much room for error.
Not much you can do once you toss it.
Gislin to P-Tech between the block again. Down for side out.
This freshman's really been a nice surprise for the Dons this year. You just don't expect freshmen to have this kind of impact, and he has it.
Especially on a team like this with the caliber of play that the Dons have had. Mike Cummings who put the ball in play. Quick set in the middle, 3 blocks, but too quick for the Dons.
It's a nice set. It's a nice play. Very accurate set, and that's how you can kind of tell how effective the other offense is going to be based on the setter's ability to connect with the middle.
Gislin shoots set in the middle. Parat uses the block, down, side out for the Dons.
Right back at you, another quick middle attack. That's important for both teams to establish that kind of offense early.
Scotty Lane back to serve for the Dons.
Another nice pass. They're passing nails at this point.
Now the block was there. The hands just weren't over the net as it comes down on the IPFW side and side out for Rutgers.
Yeah, that's what happens if you're too far away from the net. You get a Drano. Call that the Drano play.
The Drano, huh? Float serve, goes out of bounds, side out, Dons.
Rutgers not used to the currents in this building as that one got caught up into the winds.
Yeah, that floater had a lot of float on it. The freshman, P-Tech, jump serve. Could tell the toss was too far in front again as he, just like Hector with the side out, serve goes into the net.
And the man from Athens takes a swing.
Quick back set in the middle, or actually back to Parat. Dug up well, chance for point here for Rutgers. Big swing by their middle hitter. That's Hammernick. He leads their team in kills with just over 6 a game, which, Coach, we were talking about before the game. That's a lot for anybody, let alone a middle hitter.
Exactly. You see high hitting percentages in the middle, but you don't see kills per game in the middle.
Tied up at 1 now. Another side out. Aaron serve.
Side out to Don. Back to serve number 7, Ryan Perot.
Looks like Rutgers has come to play today.
Perot to serve, floats one. Murtha, quick set in the middle, dug up nicely. Free ball, too much room. And Cummings puts it down for the block. If you're going to take a swing that far back in the court, you better try and hit over the block.
Yeah, you can't go slow closer than that. If you're going to take that kind of swing, it's got to be a high shot.
Perot, short floater.
Beautiful.
Good serve. Murtha outside. Dug up nicely by Perot. P-Tech going to go strong side to Hector, way off the net.
Yep.
Just gets it over the net in the middle of the court. Dug up nicely. From the back row, Hammernick. Dug up nicely by P-Tech. Gislin dumps it over. Nice dig in the back row. Strong side.
Another back row attack.
Great rally going right here. Soto with a swing off the top of the net. Murtha outside.
Out. Ball is no touch.
Big swing by Kressler, and IPFW did not get a finger on it. That's going to give the Dons a point and a 2-1 lead. Actually make that 3-1 now here in the first game.
Nice rally. Very nice rally. You don't see that in the men's game a lot. And,
they're just too good.
Yeah. Offensively potent.
Anderson going down the line. Side out. Scarlet Raiders. Jeremy Hoff to serve. Freshman. P-Tech. Gislin, back set. Lane, nobody there.
Woo! That's in the rafters. Coming down on our side.
Gave Scotty too much room out there. There was nobody there, and he put it straight down the line. The defense was there, but anytime you hit the ball that hard, it's hard to come up with it, even if you are there.
Well, I think the IPFW bench noticed that 2 blockers went immediately out to Hector Soto, and that's why they're starting to set lane.
Oh, great set there by Murtha. One-hand back set. Dink down for the side out for Rutgers. You know, setters will make the sets that are there, but it's the good setters that can make the ones when the pass is errant.
Exactly.
And that was a prime example right there of a great set.
And the ball, the object, the first thing a setter has to do above all is make the ball hittable. If the ball's not hittable, the deception doesn't matter, the whatever doesn't matter, you got to be hittable.
Hector Soto picking up a big kill in the middle, and now he's back to serve.
Ooh.
We have our first ace of the ball game. Hopefully we'll see a few more from the All-American.
Yep.
Big swing. Nice pass, Murtha right in front. Kressler picks up the kill as the Dons defense can't pick it up in the back row.
And it looks like the Dons have showed up tonight, too. They've typically started slow quite a few times this year, but they're on task tonight.
P-Tech coming right back at Scotty Lane, and he puts it straight down. Those are the ones you got to like when you're a middle hitter.
Oh, yeah. No block, overpass. It's already got the top spin on there for you. Can't get any better than that.
Cummings back to serve. The floater, deep. Bad pass.
It's in play. That's a front row setter.
Murtha coming right at us, and that's going to be a shot that's tried to cut a little too much out of bounds, and that's going to be a point for the Dons. They now lead 5-1 here in game number 1.
And I think once again, just looking at the athleticism of IPFW against other teams this year, they just have the best athletes. Every team we've seen.
As Cummings gives us a big high moon ball that falls wide and barely creeped over the net there. That was a little bizarre. Side out for Rutgers. Soto, tough pass to Gislin. Quick set in the middle. It's blocked back over the net, but out of bounds as Ryan Perot picks up a kill. And it looks like the Dons trying to establish the middle early, which is important, I know, because Gislin sometimes can fall in love with the outside and hitters like P-Tech and Soto.
Yeah, it's easy to fall in love with the outside set, especially when you're under pressure at 14-14, but that's when you got to maintain your offensive game plan.
Side out for Rutgers as Lane's serve goes into the net. Murtha puts the ball in play. Soto, Gislin, back 2. Perrott. Nice looking play.
Yeah, you wouldn't have seen that play on the men's team 10 years ago. The females have really made that a popular play, and the men are now starting to use it.
Work to perfection right there. Pitek. Nice pass. Murtha, quick set in the middle, and it's put straight down by Jeremy Hoff. Defense couldn't get there in time.
Nice middle attack by Rutgers. They're obviously a smaller team that relies on precision and quickness to beat the opponent's defense.
And they may be small, but they're sure not afraid to go in the middle, and they've shown that early. Not get a piece of the net. Looked like it might have, but no call. Soto with a big swing. And goes cross court, and Hammernick can't pick it up. Kill for Soto.
Oofda. That's all I can say. No words can describe that.
It's just good stuff, and I can see why Gislin tends to fall in love with Hector outside. I would too. Back set. Blocked back by Cummings. Murtha outside. Dug up by Pratt. Chance for point. Lane calls for the set. High ball. Soto with 3 blocks, and he uses it as it's blocked out of bounds.
Very athletic play. That's known as the Black and Decker. It's called a tool. You tool the opponent, a little Black and Decker.
Use him like a tool?
Yep.
There you go. Perrott with a short floater. Murtha going outside. And Lane reached across. Looked like Pitek might have been able to come up with that one, maybe.
Yeah, they had both read the play correctly, and they got in each other's way.
Soto. Could see that coming. I could tell that the pass was going to be tight, and Gislin just dumped it right over the net and picked up the kill. Of course, that's so much easier to see on this side of the court. On that side of the court, it's a different story.
When you're involved in the play, things are a little tougher to pick up.
Gislin to serve now. Great dig. Boy, it seemed like there was a lot of space over here, Coach.
Yeah, their serve reception is a bit strange right now. We'll have to come back and check that out.
So we're going to take a break, and we'll be back with more action in Game 1. The Dons up 7-1.
I really wanted to go for an Indiana University business degree.
But with housing and tuition, it really adds up, and the money just wasn't there to go away to college.
And with a 2-year-old, my housing options were kind of limited anyway.
And the truth is, I really wanted to keep my job and stay close to home.
Going to IPFW made all that possible.
IPFW? It's the best choice I ever made.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. The right school, right here, right now.
Welcome back to the Gate Center. Tim Heffron, I'm John Getze, and the Dons off to a big start here in game number 1, up 7-1. Take a look at some numbers here, Coach.
Yeah, as we were mentioning at the end, their serve reception on the right half cheated to the middle of the court to help out the other passer. When he did that, the 1.5 zone became open, and we just totally used it here on the replay. As you can see, he's almost in the middle of the court there, and he has to. Well, this is a different play, I guess. What we were just looking at.
That was the one where, Lane and Pitek, a little confusion in the back row.
And here we go.
Gislin to jump serve. Very similar spot and a very similar result. 2 straight kills for the setter.
And Gislin has that sidewinder serve. It's not a pure topspin. It's got a little sidewind on it, and that can fool people that are not used to that.
Gislin again. Change of pace this time. He tends to do that. Quick set in the back by Murtha, put down by Hammernick. That was a very strong looking play because Murtha set that from his knees.
Yeah, very accurate. He's doing what we like setters to do, is restore the ball to life.
Perrott, Gislin, quick set in the middle. Cummings. Got a touch. It was a little long, but we do have a touch. Side out Dons.
Dons are hitting it better than 500 percentage right now. That's just a phenomenal percentage. Only 1 error for the Dons at this point. That's just fantastic.
Soto, big serve. Errant pass. Murtha goes all the way across the court. And that's an unforced error. Samadius hits it out. Point for the Dons, and it's 9-1.
And Arnie's working over his freshman there, trying to get him the words of wisdom. Get him now while Well, you can.
Soto the serve. Murtha, weak side, put straight down by Kressler.
Jeff has that problem in blocking right now. He cheats inside, trying to help out with the middle attack. Tends to leave the weak side open.
Tough pass. Soto gets it back with only one block, and he takes advantage of it.
And that's the
kill for Hector.
That's the benefit of having a tall setter right there, is when you get those high, tight passes.
Cummings to serve. Murtha, weak side, big swing, and Gislin was there, but kind of handcuffed himself right there, but I'm sure that ball had a little more on it.
Sure did. It's a natural tendency for a volleyball player to go to a knee on digging, and you've got to resist that urge.
Soto with a good pass. Lane. And the defense is in the net. Another point, or actually...
Point? Yeah.
Side out.
No, side out. Should be a side out, yeah.
Originally, the official gave us the one for a point, but...
Didn't think we would have made it to the 5th game yet.
Murtha right in front. Hammernick, the big swing, and that was a tough angle right there.
Sure was. Was not the best to set, wasn't the best to pass, but Hammernick sure did a nice job getting that ball in there.
Well, I tell you what, if I'm a volleyball player and I'm a big hitter, I want the name Hammernick. Gislin in the middle. Soto with a dink in the middle of the court. It's not soccer, guys. What do we got, a replay?
Yeah, it's a replay. He can kick it now intentionally. And I think our head official, Dan Hauser, thought the ball hit the floor. It did not. It was clearly above.
It's the funny thing about volleyball is you can kick it, you can head it, you can do all sorts of stuff. You just don't see it. Back set to Scotty Lane, the big swing, and he puts it down. Good to see Scott, because he has 4 kills early on in the opening match. Opening game, I should say, and we were talking, Coach, that it's good to see Scotty get off to a good start because he's been struggling of late, especially last weekend.
Definitely are going to need him. His opposite position is a critical position in volleyball.
Especially tough position to play if you're right-handed.
Yes. Natural position for a lefty. But it's something like a southpaw. All of a sudden you're fighting a southpaw. It's like putting a left-hander on the outside. It's harder to block because you're not used to blocking that person on that side of the court.
Touch for the Dons. Going to be a side out for Rutgers. 9-1 here in game number 1.
Dons have done a nice job on their side-out offense. Hope I just didn't jinx them.
Pitak, good pass to Gislin. Quick set in the middle, and Cummings uses the block.
It was in. It was clearly in. It was a low set, and it was looped over, and Mike did everything he could just to keep that ball in play.
Gislin to serve. Same spot again. And Hammernick hammers it down.
Gotta like Hammernick out there, hitting front row, back row, everywhere.
Well, when you're down 9-1 in the opening game on the road, you're going to go to your guy and try and get back in it, and that's what Rutgers is doing. Lane in between the block, picks up yet another kill, his 6th of the match.
And if there's a flaw in Rutgers' game at this point, it's nothing that is their fault. It's just they're too short to block us. Great defense, great offense, just too short on the blocking side of things at this point.
Another service error by Soto, side out. Kressler to serve now for the visitors. Floater, short. Cummings to Gislin, quick set in the middle, and Lane. That's going to be good. Another kill for Scott.
Great side-out offense for the Dons at this point. It's all in the serving, really, at this point. I think when we can serve and get them out of system, they have trouble.
You got to like that. Being a middle blocker, going one-on-one with the defense, and putting it straight back down where it came from. Ryan Perrott picks up the big block.
Against their best middle.
I'd say he read the offense on that play. Cummings to serve again. Murtha, strong side.
Miss hit.
Samadius has got a funny looking swing.
Yeah, it is the strangest thing I've ever seen there. Looked like he completely missed his hand almost.
Cummings again. Murtha going to Samadius again, and Lane is there. Never over the net, though. Another point for the Dons. Very impressive. IPFW up 12-1 here in game number 1.
Playing some good solid ball.
Samadius to Murtha, going back to Hammernick. Little dink over the net, and Dons pick it up, but Samadius gets another swing, and this one he doesn't take anything off and hammers it straight down.
First time Jeff did it, he got a look. Now this time he gets an earful. He's got to get out there and block that weak side.
Tough set by Gislin. Pitek has the one-on-one, but he loses the battle to Murtha, the setter.
He needed to go cross court on that one for sure.
Hammernick to serve. And it's long, side out. Lane to serve, Don's up 12-2. Errant pass by Samadius. Murtha going to Hammernick. 3 blocks there, dug up by Lane. Chance for points. Scotty to swing.
It's out of here.
Kressler can't come up with a dig. Point for the Dons, 13-2.
Well, I don't think there's anything Rutgers is doing wrong. It's just they're getting crushed at this point.
Murtha, quick set in the middle. Nice dig by Hector. Scott with another swing, uses the block and picks up yet another kill. Having a career night so far in this first game is Scott Lane.
Looking very good.
A reminder, you too can participate in the excitement of IPFW athletics by joining the Royal Dons Club. The Royal Dons is IPFW's official athletic booster club. Members enjoy benefits such as priority seating at IPFW sports events, food and refreshments in the hospitality room. For more information on becoming a member, call 219-481-6643, or you can write to Royal Dons Club, 2101 East Coliseum Boulevard, Fort Wayne, Indiana, 46805.
I'd say the Dons are just playing really well at this point. See on the screen there last meeting, IPFW winning in 3 last year at about this time.
And from the looks of things right now, if the Dons continue to play like they are, you might see a repeat of that performance.
Dons continue to hitting. Here comes our replay here as the Dons are hitting still over 500%. That's just a great reaction by Hector Soto on defense. Pure athleticism.
Lane leads the Dons with 9 kills. He is back to serve.
9 kills, 0 errors, and 11 attempts.
Pretty good percentage. 81.8 to be exact. Bad pass, Gislin. Oh, just puts it straight down. Didn't even have to swing hard there because there was no defense.
Yeah, the Dons are just overwhelming the Scarlet folks over there. They're just nothing they can do about this.
So the Dons take game number 1, 15-2. We'll be back with game number 2 in a moment.
I really wanted to go for an Indiana University business degree.
But with housing and tuition, it really adds up, and the money just wasn't there to go away to college.
And with a 2-year-old, my housing options were kind of limited anyway.
And the truth is, I really wanted to keep my job and stay close to home.
Going to IPFW made all that possible.
IPFW? The best choice I ever made.
Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne. The right school, right here, right now.
Tonight's exciting match on College 6 is brought to you in part by Bosch Bus Company, by Chestnut Group Incorporated, Farm Bureau Insurance, by Fujifilm USA, and Sumner Sweets. We're back at the Gates Center here. Tim Heffron, John Getze. The Dons take game number 1 very impressively, 15-2. And like you were saying, Coach, the other team, the visitors, Rutgers, not playing too poorly right now. It's just IPFW is playing very well, and they are the better team. And when they're on, they're pretty tough to stop.
They are. The two main players for Rutgers have done what they normally do. Hammernick's got 7 kills in a game. That's above his average. The other middle is playing well, hitting 400. They're not doing a whole lot wrong over there. It's just they're getting out-muscled at this point.
And another thing you can always look for in the Dons for success early on is if they can go to other options besides the All-American Hector Soto, they're going to be in pretty good shape. And Scott Lane, a big 9 kills in game number 1. Hector is second with 4. So if you continue to do that all match, you can open up the court a little bit. And
absolutely.
Things are definitely going to work in your favor.
Gotta like Lane's comeback this weekend. That's going to bode well because next weekend we'll be playing Ohio State. And that will determine the seeding for the MIVA tournament. Very important to get the number 1 seeding. I think we all realize that Lewis, Ohio State, and IPFW are the top 3, the probable teams to go on. One of those 3 teams will go on. So if you're the number 1 seed, 2 and 3 would meet each other.
As you take a look at our picture, Loy Ball in attendance tonight. Coach Arnie Ball's son, of course, played here for the Dons. One of the best players in the country right now.
In the world.
He's unbelievable. He's checking out Dad's team and his former college. And they're turning it up a notch tonight for him.
They're looking real good. I like it. This is what we need to come out with against Ohio State next weekend and in the MIVA tournament. And if you play like that, anything can happen when you get into the Final Four.
Coach Ball looking dapper tonight.
I asked him if he had some batteries for that tie. He said they were rechargeables.
He's looking as good as his team right now. We're set to start game number 2. Hoff to serve for the visitors. IPFW up 1-0 here at the Gates Center tonight. The first of 2 here at IPFW as they'll play again tomorrow night. Soto.
And Rutgers with the first lead.
Sloppy feet by Hector. Just kind of reached out with one hand and kind of tried to poke it up in the air, and that's not going to get the job done. Gislin back to serve after the side out by Rutgers. Murtha, quick set in the middle. Hammernick, the dink. Gislin picks it up. Lane, the set. Soto, 3 blocks, dug up by Rutgers. Back set. And the Dons can't come up with it. Kill for Murtha.
Yeah, you can't get into a ball control game with Rutgers. They're very good at the ball control. IPFW is a termination type of team. Got to take some swings at it. You can't just hit some shots.
Anderson, the big serve. Gislin outside the lane. 2 blocks there, and he uses it again. Out of bounds, and now he's in double figures early on. In game number 2, he's got 10 kills. Soto to serve, trailing 1-0 here in game number 2.
Nice serve into the corner. Ball is in.
Ryan Burrow, who did not play in game number 1, comes in and hits right between the 2 blocks and catches the end line for side out for Rutgers. Short serve, too short. Scarlet Raiders, service error, side out for the Dons. Short floater, Murtha, back set, errant set, chance for point for the Dons. Gislin from the back row. Soto comes up with 3 blocks and dinks it over the net. The defense can't get there.
Smart shot. That was a nice set by Chris as he was completely turned around and made a back row set, which is abnormal to do when you're turned around like that.
Cummings. Murtha the set, quick in the middle, and Hammernick out of bounds. Point for the Dons.
Tried to hit too fine of a shot, a little bit of a miss hit. You don't have much room for error when you try that shot.
Another floater by Cummings.
Big hole in the block there.
Plus the Dons were in the net. Side out for Rutgers.
And that really shouldn't happen when a bad pass like that comes out, because he only has one place to go.
Gislin, 2-ball in the middle. Lane comes over with 3 blocks, and it doesn't matter. Right now, Scott is on fire.
He has something to prove after last week, it certainly looks like.
And Lane will serve. Nice serve. Dump over the middle, great dig by Scott. Gislin outside to Pitek, 3 blocks there. Lane digs it up. Gislin going back to Scott on the outside, and he puts it down.
Oh! Well, I guess we know who's going to get the ball, and it's 14-14 tonight if it ever gets to 14-14.
3-1 Dons now with the lead. Lane to serve. Playing with a little something extra tonight. You can see it outside. Big swing and one-on-one, and Gislin can't take care of Kressler as Brian picks up the kill. Side out Rutgers. Murtha to serve. Soto to Gislin. Quick set in the middle. Peratt. Set was a little bit too low.
Exactly. Low equals long. When you set low, they tend to hit them deep.
Because the hitter can't get extension with the swing and ends up pushing it out instead of down. Murtha to serve. Pitek, Gislin, back set to Lane. Defense in the net. They're going to Scott a lot, aren't they?
I think he's found a friend.
Friend being Chris Gislin, the setter. Pitek to serve. Oh, that's an easy ace to pick up.
Yeah, that's a bit unexpected, obviously. Miscommunication there between the two passers.
4-2, the Volley Dons now leading. Pitek, service error. Brian Kressler to put the ball in play. Short serve, Pitek. Gislin, quick set in the middle of Peratt.
Got that one up high enough.
Here it comes.
We're in.
And now Ryan will go back to serve for the home team. Short floater.
Beautiful 2-zone.
Oh, that's going to be, yeah.
A little too much with that one.
Murtha called for a lift. The ball was, well, just about below his waist. Point for the Dons, 5-2 now. Peratt to serve, another short floater. Murtha going strong side. 2 blocks. Burrow goes cross court to pick up the kill. Hoff to serve, jumps it. Soto, tough pass. And Hammernick reaches over the net, and Gislin never got a chance to put the ball in play, but he is in the front row, so Hammernick can go up and attack. So it's going to be a point for the Scarlet Raiders.
Great serve now.
Another bad pass by Soto. Pancaked up by Gislin. Actually make that Peratt. And the ball's over the net. Oh, nice block by Cummings. He and Gislin were there, and big swing from the back row, and 2 blocks were there, and that's kind of tough to do, Coach.
Yeah, that's a nice momentum move for IPFW, just when it looked like they were in trouble. Came through with a big play.
Gislin to serve. Kevin Anderson to serve. The Dons leading 5-3 here in game number 2, up 1-0. Pitek to Gislin, quick set in the middle. Cummings out of bounds, no touch.
Mike just mishit that one. That was a nice set.
Anderson to serve again. Pitek to Gislin, outside, 2 blocks, chance for point. Hammernick.
Good roll shot.
See, that's what happens, Coach, when you have 3 blocks there. There's no reason to swing.
Yeah.
You go ahead and dink, and the defense, they can't see anything because you got 3 guys in front of the net with their hands up. You don't know where it's coming until you see the ball over the net, and by then it's too late.
And 900 square feet to cover by 3 defensive players is a little much.
First kill in a while for Hector Soto. Side out for the Dons. Got ourselves a pretty good ball game here in number 2. As we're tied at 5, the Dons took the first one very easily, 15-2. Soto to serve. Murtha outside. P-Tack with a swing. Ball hits the rafters and still in play.
Yeah, it's in play.
If it's on your side, but defense couldn't come up with it. That's a kill for the freshman.
That's the home court advantage of knowing your own ceiling.
Play those caroms, huh?
Yep. Got to know your ceiling in volleyball. Got a little equipment problem there on Hector's shoes.
Volley Dons have taken a 6-5 lead here in the second game. Soto. I've noticed something about Hector. He's got a great service game, but if you give him a little time in between serves, whether it's to tie a shoe like he did there, or a towel on the court to clean up the court, or a timeout, sometimes it ices him and he loses concentration.
Gets out of system.
Oh, very nice.
What a shot.
Scott Lane's got the power and the touch tonight, and he showed it right there. Side out for the Dons. Cummings. Strong side, one-on-one, and Lane's in the net. Hammernick to serve. Short floater, P-Tech. Gislin outside to Jeff. Chance for point.
Never made it over the net. Nice set.
So.
That was a great set by the non-setter back here. Very difficult play to make, and he made it.
Lane, the jump serve. Murtha, strong side. Off the block, chance for point for the Dons. Gislin back set to Lane. Oh, nice angle because that was very far off the net and he had 2 blocks there.
Yeah, it was inside a little bit. He really had to get to the ball to hit it. Not an easy play, and he made it.
Hey, he's swinging from the back row, too, so he had to worry about that line. Don't want to cross it.
And as the hitter was a little too close to the net that time, didn't leave the setter any room to feed him, caused a timeout here.
So timeout on the floor. The Dons now have taken an 8-5 lead here in game number 2. IPFW leads 1-0. We'll be back with more action from the Gates Center in just a moment.
Remember walking those hallowed hallways, the friendships, the professors who made an impact on your life?
Your alumni associations are here to serve you through networking, friendship, and service.
Your alumni directors also need you.
Make a big difference by sending potential students our way.
Make a difference with your financial gift.
Make the biggest difference with your contribution of time.
Your alma mater needs you. Go alumni!
Welcome back to the Hilliard Gates Sports Center. The Volley Dons lead 1-0 over Rutgers. And in game number 2, they are up 8-5 with the serve. A timeout by the Scarlet Raiders.
Well, the Dons' hitting percentages dropped a whole whopping 43 points at this point, which is not much. They were at 576 for the first game. They're now at 533, still going great guns. As Rutgers is even at 235 the first game and 235 in this game.
Lane back to serve, and he picks up an ace.
That may be part of the difference. There's 5 aces for the Dons and only 1 for Rutgers.
And Lane has also put in 14 kills, which is by far the most of anybody in the match.
There it is again.
Everything's working for him right now.
Yep. Sometimes you just feel your mojo.
And during the break, Coach, we were saying, you can see it in his eyes. Look at Scott. Look how determined he is. He's really into this game, and he's not holding back. Murtha, back set to Hammernick, off the net. Saved by Pitek, free ball, but
ball was on the outside of the court, but it crossed the plane of the net, and therefore you can't bring it back to your own side.
So it's a side out for the Scarlet Raiders. Soto, Gislin, dug up. Soto again, Gislin, back two to Perrott. One-on-one block is there. Lane with the set, coming to Pitek. 3 blocks there, dug up in the back row. Hammernick from the back row.
Didn't get a good swing on that one. Bad approach, couldn't get on balance and hit that one out of bounds.
Side out for the Dons. Jeff Pitek to serve, leading 10-5 in game number 2. Hammernick, the pass. Murtha, back set, one-on-one, and what do we got here? Kressler used Soto with the block out of bounds. No touch.
Called him underneath the net after he attacked the ball, and that's the problem.
So the attacker Kressler goes underneath the net, which is a violation, and gives the Dons a point. Substitution for the visitors. Ryan Staley comes into the game.
We have a new setter. That's a major change when you change a quarterback.
That's like changing goalies in hockey.
Yeah.
Pitek to serve.
Long. Close. Very close. It's been a good run by the Dons here. 6 quick points, getting us off 5-5.
Kressler to serve. Gislin, back set, Lane. In between the block, defenders couldn't get the hands together, and Lane has yet another kill.
Going for a personal best, Scott Lane.
Substitution for IPFW. The local, Brian Harris, comes into the game, into the back row to serve. Always seems to light a spark under the team when he gets into the game. Floater.
Oh, unhanded dig.
Soto.
Oh, yeah. Net.
Too much room, and the defense was in the net. Point for the Dons, and it's now 12-5.
You know you got it going on when you can one-arm bandit something up in the air like that.
Lane's definitely having a night. Timeout by Rutgers. A reminder, this college cable access monthly program guide provides information about our programming, including IPFW men's volleyball. To receive your free College 6 program guide, send your name, address, and zip code to College6 at IPFW, 2101 East Coliseum Boulevard, Fort Wayne, Indiana, 46805. Or you can call us at 481-6000. Or email us at college6 at ipfw.edu.
Here comes our replay. Brian Harris
with the serve.
Oh, we got a moving camera.
Great dig, one-hander by Scott.
On target.
And then Gislin going outside Hector. Look how much room he has down the cross court. Nobody there.
We've got the Fro bunch throwing stuff into the crowd here. Our Fro patrol.
Resume with number 2, Brian Harris, back to serve.
Harris to serve for the Dons. Short floater. Back set. Hammernick off the block, out of bounds with a touch. Side out, Rutgers.
Back to serve number 11, Jeremy Hoff.
Jeremy Hoff to serve. Into the net.
Service error. Side out, down. Back to serve number 10, Chris Gislin.
Gislin to serve. Dons up 12-5 in game number 2. Another ace for Chris.
And the coach is up off the bench here, giving some words of advice on passing. Dons have extended their stretch.
Gislin looking for ace number 4.
Almost
Staley.
has it. Ooh. not a good play by P-Tack. That's a relatively easy dig. Just lost his feet, his footing there, and fell down. I don't think any dig is easy, but as digging goes, that was an easy one.
It's easy for us to say we're sitting
here.
Yeah. P-Tack to Gislin. Lane, the swing down the line, it's good. Side out for the Dons. Playing with a lot of confidence right now.
And that ball was hit over the block and down the line. Now you'll see a lot of balls go over the block, but rarely will they go over the block and down the line where you don't have much room. You only have 30 feet of room there, and you go cross court, you got 43 feet of room cross court.
Soto, big serve. Staley, quick set in the middle. 2 blocks there, dug up by IPFW. Free ball, P-Tack. Just got to get it over the net, Jeff.
Yeah, just got to bail out on that one and take your medicine, keep it in play.
Side out for Rutgers. Ryan Burrow to serve. It's long. Side out Dons. Ryan Pratt comes back into the game as Harris gets into the front row. Another substitution for the Dons. Justin Weeks. I'm sorry.
Ben Sherman.
Ben Sherman. In to serve. Another Fort Wayne native. So getting the local boys into the action here. Short serve. Staley in the middle. 2 blocks. Hammernick puts it down. Junior middle hitter, Hammernick, to put the ball in play.
I bet we see a D set right here. Nope, we're not.
Quick set in the middle. Pratt, and the block is there. Stuffed by Kressler.
Watching for Ben Sherman. He's very deadly out of the back row as a hitter. I wonder if Chris was going to get him into the game right away there.
So look for the back left corner 10-foot line. See if Sherman gets the call here. Nope. Quick set in the middle to Pratt. Staley. In the middle, Hammernick, dug up by Gislin. Pratt, free ball. Sherman with a swing. Staley, quick set in the middle. 3 blocks are there, dug back up. Staley going outside. Blocked straight down by the combination of Jeff P-Tack and Scotty Lane. Good rally there, and even better when you win the point.
It's almost like winning 2 points when you win the long rallies. Big
Takes
momentum.
a little bit out of the other team and gets you fired up. Lane to jump serve. Great set there by Staley. Ball was over the net. He brought it back for the quick in the middle. Side out Rutgers. And now the setter will serve, being inserted late here in game number 2. P-Tack, the pass. Gislin the set, back to Jeff. Hands weren't over the net. Blocked, but down on the side of Rutgers. Side out IPFW.
That's the key in blocking is penetration. If you don't penetrate, you're pretty much not going to block many.
And now Jeff will serve. Staley, back set to Kressler. Oh, double block by Soto. And
that's a good display of penetration right there.
That's how you're supposed to block, right there. And we've got ourselves game point here in game number 2. Trying to take a 2-0 lead. P-Tack to serve. Into the net.
Back to serve number 8, Brian Kessler.
Kressler with the floater. Soto, quick set in the middle to Pratt. Hammers it straight down.
Rock is really hitting well today, too, I see.
Second game point for the Dons, leading 14-6. Cummings back into the lineup, replacing Sherman in the front row. And Pratt, the floater. Kressler to Staley, back to Hammernick from the back row, and he uses the block. Side out Rutgers. Big serve over the net, chance for point. Staley, quick set in the middle. Hammernick dug up by Lane. Gislin from the back row. P-Tack set it up nicely. They had a chance to try and go middle. Defense thought they were, went back, and P-Tack came up and put it down. Third game point here. Gislin, the jump serve. Into the net again.
Back to serve number 4, Kevin Anderson.
Kevin Anderson to serve for the Scarlet Raiders. P-Tech to Gislin, outside the lane. The dink in the middle, defense is there, pancaked up, free swing. And Burrow picks up the kill.
Our line judge bailed on us, and so the top official had to make the call.
Anderson to serve again. Short serve, great spot on the court.
Anderson back to serve. Count is only 14-8.
Rutgers has cut the deficit to 6 here. P-Tech to Gislin. Outside the lane. Double block is there, but it's out of bounds. Side out IPFW. Scott's really reading the defense very, very well.
Feeling his oats, that's for sure.
Soto to serve on game point again. Staley, quick set in the middle. Chance for point here for the Dons. Gislin outside. P-Tech double block is there. And he hit right into it.
Yeah, he certainly did. Wasn't the best to say. It was a little low, a little tight. Kind of a blocker's dream there.
Ryan Burrow to serve, jumps it up. Gislin, back set, lane. Off the block, chance for points. Staley from the back row. Peratt with a dig, Gislin, back to lane again. Dug up and out of bounds. Side out IPFW. Mike Cummings. That's a third service error for the Dons on game point.
It's not a habit you want to get into, I don't think. It's tough to score that last point when you don't serve in.
It's impossible. Gislin, the back set to Soto. Gislin, the set to P-Tech. The block is out of bounds. Side out for the Dons. And IPFW has yet another game point to try and take a 2-0 lead over Rutgers here at the Gate Center. Lane to serve. See if he can ice it with an ace. Staley, strong side, one-on-one. And Gislin takes care of him, down for the game. And the Dons take number 2, 15-8. Now lead 2 games to nothing here in the best of 5. One more and they'll put it away.
We'll come back. We'll come back with the dance team when we get back here after a few messages.
Help wanted. Immediate openings available. For the most important jobs in America, helping the organizations that help children. Whatever you can do, in whatever time you have, you can make a difference. To learn how you can help in your community, reach us at this web address and number. We're fighting for the children. Whose side are you on?
I wanted to study engineering so I could get a better job without giving up the job I've already got.
Of course, getting a degree without going into debt was pretty high on my list too.
And I wanted the kind of education that I could only get in smaller classes with the professor's full attention.
IPFW offered me all of that. And the Purdue engineering degree is going to look pretty good on my resume.
Going to IPFW is the best choice I ever made.
IPFW, the right school, right here, right now.
As the American military gets smaller, who will be there to answer the call? They will. They're the National Guard and Reserve, and they make up half of today's military forces. As an employer, you may be asked to support their mission. Remember, their response depends on yours.
Back at the Hilliard Gate Sports Center, Tim Heffron, I'm John Getze, as we take a look at the Dons team celebrating in between games 2 and 3. The Dons lead 2-0. Looked very impressive in game number 1, winning 15-2 over Rutgers, and pretty impressive in game number 2. Struggled a little bit in the middle, couldn't get those serves in, 3 of them on game point into the net, but finally the Dons put it away to win 15-8.
Looking at the stats here, we've got the Dons have 13 service errors, and people think that's a lot, but they have 7 aces to go with it. That's a 1-to-2 ratio, and that's much better than the two aces and 8 errors for Rutgers. That's not as good a ratio.
And Scotty Lane has 18 of the 40 kills. That's nearly half of IPFW's kills, and having a career night. Keep in mind this evening's match on College 6 is brought to you in part by Bosch Bus Company, by Chestnut Group Incorporated, Farm Bureau Insurance, by Fujifilm USA, and by Summer Sweets.
Don's looking very impressive. Yeah, I believe Scott Lane had 9 kills in the first game. He's got 18. He's just doubled what he's done. Don's just very impressive on the whole part of their game. All the defense, the blocking looks good, the offense looks good. It's a lot of fun to call these kind of games. Here's our replay.
Everyone is welcome to bid on these great items.
So we've got Hector out of the back row. It's played up. You notice Ryan, after passing the ball, gets back up in the air to hold the middle blocker. Very important. Killed by P-Tac off the block out of bounds.
So IPFW looking good tonight, trying to put it away in 3, which is something I know they'd like to do because they have to come back and play another match here tomorrow night. And the least amount of games you can play and get away with and win, and, the more rest you can get, and you won't be weary the next night.
And here's match for game point, not match point yet, but game point.
Gislin going one-on-one with the defense and putting the block straight now.
Fans here tonight getting a pleasant display of volleyball in the favor of the Dons, and they tend to like that when the Dons play well.
Hector Soto, a quiet 8 kills. It's good for second on IPFW's team. He's only had 12 swings. Pretty good percentage, 6.67. And, of course, Scott Lane, the big night, 18 for 23, 7.83. Wow.
That's pretty huge. That is pretty huge.
You can learn more about the IPFW men's volleyball program by tuning into the Arnie Ball Show on Thursday evenings on College 6. Coach Ball and host Mark Franke review highlight footage from the games, talk with some of the players, and look ahead in the season each Thursday at 5:30 and 10:30 p.m. right here on College 6. As a young fan gets not only into the volleyball match, but into the music in between games.
Fans are getting some M&Ms there, I see. We have the new crispy M&Ms are out. Get all sorts of things here as a fan, not just good volleyball, but some special perks.
Hector Soto will serve to start game number 3. IPFW leading 2-0, trying to put the match away.
And if you show up, you don't have to listen to us talk. So that's even a better benefit.
Staley, the freshman, the back set, dug up by Gislin. Chance for point. Lane And Gislin getting a swing again early in game number 3 off the block, and he picks up the kill. He opened up the match by getting a couple swings on the opening point. He opens up game number 3 here with a swing, and the Dons pick up a point and take a 1-0 lead.
Oh well, we know the end result of that low toss.
Kressler to serve. Returns the favor.
Back to serve number 11, Jeremy Hoff.
Mike Cummings back to serve for the Dons. Short floater. One-handed set in the middle. Out of bounds by Hoff.
Hector tried to touch that one. Didn't he? You know,
good thing he didn't.
Quicker guy would have touched that ball, huh? Is that a slam? Ooh.
Cummings was there, a little slow to react. Side out, Rutgers.
A little heat on that one.
Hoff to serve. Pitek to Gislin. Quick set in the middle, and Peratt hits right in between the blocks. The hands again, coach. Not over the net.
Yeah, it's definitely the nemesis of Rutgers' team is their lack of penetration on blocking. Tends to happen with shorter teams.
Lane with a big serve. Staley. Peratt with a block. And Hoff hits it long. Point for the Dons. They now lead 3-0. Another good start here, coach.
That's not, well, that is Scotty's type of serve down the line there. I thought that was Chris serving that one for a second, but it might be Scott's first mistake of the night.
Pitek, Gislin in the middle to Peratt. One thing I've noticed about Rutgers, they've really been spreading it around when they put the ball in play. Most teams always go after Soto. They serve the ball to Hector virtually every time to try and wear him out, but it's one thing Rutgers hasn't done tonight.
Different theories about how to serve in a serving plan, and one of them is to try to wear somebody down, or another one is to try to serve the front row player all the time, take him out of his attack pattern. There's all sorts of different theories.
Seem to be going at Pitek now. Lane with a swing and a couple blocks, doesn't matter. He's having a night, puts it down for kill. And that set was off the net.
Yeah, he's just zoning right now. He is in the flow.
Peratt floats one, tough set. Block is there by Cummings, but rolls off the top of the net and out of bounds. Side out Rutgers. Hammernick to serve. Pitek to Gislin. Dumps it over the net. Very nice.
Kind of like that, and he knows that he has the setter blocking him too, and the setters generally are not the best of blockers, and easy dump kill.
Well, anytime you're 6'8" and you have long arms and the ball's up there tight towards the net, you're going to be able to pick up quite a few of those if you're smart, and Chris is definitely a smart player. Sloppy play in the defensive end by Rutgers, and Gislin and the Dons pick up yet another point. Another service error. Staley to serve, the freshman setter who was inserted last game into the lineup. Lane with a swing.
Oh, big
nice dig by Gislin. Peratt goes back set to Lane, and he just puts it over the net. Staley outside, 2 blocks there, and Cummings couldn't turn the hands in as the ball goes out of bounds. Point for Rutgers.
That's really Hector's nemesis on blocking, is his hands turn back and he goes into a soft blocking mode. He's afraid of jumping too high and getting his fingers jammed. He's really got to work on that.
Staley serving back row to Hammernick. Dug up by Pitek. Gislin outside the lane. 2 blocks, and he hits over him.
Over and down the line again.
Well, Anderson is on the outside, and they list him at 6'1", and he doesn't look 6'1".
I don't think so.
Scott's 6'8", so anytime you got that matchup, you know where he's going to go. He's going to go right at him and down the line, and that's what he did. Javier Escobar checks into the lineup to serve, and he'll jump it up. First time in the match. He's seen action. Staley, quick set in the middle. Side out. Scarlet Raiders. Dressler to serve. His team trailing 4-1 here in game number 3. Jumps it. Not even close. A lot of service errors.
Yeah, he's not had the best of match for them. Hitting about 0% after the first 2 games and putting a bunch of balls in the net on service.
Cummings, that high floater. Perfect spot. Ooh. Quick set in the middle and a little too low, about waist level. Isn't going to get the job done as the freshman Staley and errant set. Another point for the Dons.
All set up by the serve. A great serve. Tough
Another
serve.
high floater.
Big block.
Free ball. Chance for point. Lane. Gislin. Strong side P-Tech. 2 blocks off the top of it. Staley. Errant pass leads to an errant set, which leads to yet another Volleyball point. 6-1 now.
Timeout. Called by Rutgers.
Timeout by the Scarlet Raiders, trailing 6-1 here in game number 3. The Dons lead it 2-0, trying to put the match away here in 3, and we will be back with more action from the Gate Center in just a moment.
The Tri-State Ethics Consortium is sponsoring an all-day seminar called Has Death Become an Option? On Wednesday, April 28th at the Holiday Inn Northwest in Fort Wayne. The keynote speaker is Dr. Felicia Cohn, Senior Scientist with the Center to Improve Care of the Dying. For further information, call Bill Bruning at 481-6377. To register, send a check to Mary Jane Shank, RN, Continuing Care Center, Parkview Memorial Hospital.
Welcome back to the Hilliard Gates Sports Center. I'm John Getze along with Tim Heffron, and Coach, looking pretty good. 6-1 here in game number 3. We're going to take a look at a replay from just a moment ago. The big high floating serve by Mike Cummings. Good spot, too. As we return back to live action, Jeff P-Tech with a double block picks up the block, and another point for the Dons as they now lead 7-1. Another high floater right in that corner. Wow, that's tough to do. Double block dinked in the middle. Scott Lane with a great dig. P-Tech in the back row. Escobar with the swing. Picks up his first kill of the night.
And I think it's at this point that Rutgers may just fall apart completely and give up, because that was just an outstanding play by IPFW.
Another high floater by Cummings. Hammerdink from the back row.
And he's very good hitting out of the B position out of back row. There's 4 spots based on the gaps of the block, and he's hitting the B one. You don't see that a lot in the college game, and he's got it down.
That's his 13th kill of the night. P-Tech the pass, Gislin to Perrott, 2 blocks there, and the defense can't dig it up. Well, anytime you're going middle and you get a quick set and there's 2 blocks there and you can find a way to get past the defense, you're doing your job.
Yep.
As Sherman checks into the lineup in the back row for our player of the game, Scott Lane.
A great job by Scotty. That's just, you just can't say enough of what he's done tonight.
Staley, quick set in the middle, blocked back by Gislin. Staley outside this time. Down the line, out of bounds.
Hit the antenna. Yeah, hit the antenna on its way past us.
Back set. Down the line and out of bounds again.
Had that been a good set, Scotty, or not Scott, but Jeff P-Tech would have been yelled at extensively because he got caught inside again. But the air allows a second wind or a second life for P-Tech.
Substitution for the visitors. Bo Warren into the game for Jeremy Hoff. Seeing a lot of new faces out there now. Sherman to serve. Outside. Touch by Cummings. Side out.
And really, you don't have to play that far up like Mike just did, because a shorter team tends to hit deeper and not as sharp angles. So just got to move the defense back a little bit.
Anderson to serve. Pitek. Tough set by Gislin, dumps it over the net. I could tell it was going to be tight, and he dekes the defense very, very well.
Certainly does, and the key to that is selling it. You have to sell it like you're going to set it, and that means both hands have to come up like you're going to set, not just one.
Pitek to serve. Staley outside, 2 blocks there, and the ball is long. Point for the Dons. It's now 11-1.
That's what Mike Cummings was just told by Arnie Ball, to get back and quit cheating up.
Quick set in the middle, one-on-one block by Perrott, back to the defense. Joust to the net, poked over, chance for point for the Dons. Gislin, 2-ball in the middle, dug up by the defense.
Net.
The Dons are in the net. Side out Rutgers, trailing 11-1. Escobar, tough pass, gets it back from Gislin and just skies over the defense and puts it straight down cross court. That was a great set by Chris, because the pass pretty tight, almost going over the net.
It was very good.
Substitution for IPFW. Wholesale changes now.
Eris Irakleus
into the lineup.
That
Ryan Perrott. Thanks, Coach. Staley outside, 2 blocks there. The ball goes not over the net.
Yeah, it's all over but the crying at this point.
12-1 now. Service error for the Dons. Side out Rutgers. More substitutions for the visitors. Hammernick comes out. I think they're conceding the match right now.
Just putting in the motions at this point.
Samadias to serve. Trailing 12-1 here in game number 3. The Dons 3 points away from sweeping the visitors in 3 straight here at the Gate Center. Another service error. Gislin to serve, bad pass, and Escobar picks up yet another big kill.
They're both brutal and they both wanted it, and Javi wins that battle.
At this point in the match, it's whoever gets to it first, really. Gislin to serve again. Staley, back set, Hammernick off the block. Gislin back set, Sherman.
Hey, Benny with a kill.
And the local picks up a kill. Match point, 14-1 here in game number 3. Gislin trying to put it away and send the home crowd home happy. Not on that point. Side out to Ryan Staley, Rutgers. Setter will put it in play down the line. Pitek the pass. Gislin the set to Sherman. 2 blocks, never over the net.
Too sharp of an angle there. He's really going for something he didn't have.
Pitek, Gislin. 2-ball in the middle. And Escobar comes in and challenges the 3 blocks and uses it. And he'll go back to serve. Javi trying to give IPFW the win in game number 3 and the match. 14-2, second match point. Great dig at the net, over. Quick set in the middle. Coming back, little long, and the Dons
in the
walk away. with a 15-2, 15-8, 15-2, 3 straight game victory over Rutgers here at the Gates Center. Very impressive. Player of the game, Scott Lane.
Huge.
What a night.
Huge. That was a monster night for him and a great night for the Dons. They're playing well right now.
You can tune into College 6 tomorrow evening at 7 o'clock for the replay of last Saturday's USC versus IPFW men's volleyball match. That's Sunday evening at 7 p.m. for USC versus IPFW, and next Sunday, April 4th, tune in at 7 p.m. to see the replay of tonight's match with Rutgers. That's Sunday the 4th right here on College 6. Along with the College 6 crew, the IPFW athletic staff, the City of Fort Wayne, Comcast Cablevision, and the IPFW Learning Resource Center. We'd like to take this time to thank, especially this evening, NBC 33 for their contributions to this College 6 sports telecast. Going to take a look at a couple replays here to close out the match as the Dons are celebrating very easy, well-played victory tonight. This is match point. Javier Escobar with the serve. Great dig in the back row.
Keeps it alive. Ben Sherman, what a quick athletic play. Little attack, 2 digs for Chris Gislin. And they hit the ball long for the match. Got some final stats here.
Only one guy in double figures in kills for the Dons. That was Scott Lane with 20. Hector Soto and Ryan Perrott finished second with 8 apiece. Gislin 4 saves, or serve aces, I should say, service aces. Jason Hammernick led the visitors with 14 kills.
Dons also outblocked the other team 3-1. Dons had 9 total team blocks, while the Rutgers Scarlet team, whatever they're called.
Scarlet Raiders.
Scarlet
whatever
Raiders.
they're called, they're out of here.
They're out of here. They got 3 team blocks.
and that's definitely not going to get it done.
No, in the men's game, you really have to block well, and that's the key there.
As a fan, gets taught the finer things of volleyball from freshman Jeff Pitek. And Loy Ball coming back home had to enjoy what he saw tonight as the Dons very impressive in their 3-game victory tonight. Reminder, this College 6 telecast of IPFW Sports is copyrighted and the sole property of the College Cable Access Center and IPFW. Unauthorized duplication, exhibition, rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this event without express written consent is strictly prohibited. We hope you've enjoyed our telecast as much as we have on IPFW Sports. Thanks again for joining us this evening. For Tim Heffron, this is John Getze saying good night.